Well, friends, before we start our program, I just want to give a huge shout out to all the people who supported us in June. We have so many of you who are doing this monthly, and then some people who have decided that they want to come in and give us a little something, something for just this one time. And can I tell you how much we appreciate those? So let me just run through this list. Chris Clausen, Jay Harrigan, Lori. We've got two Loris right after each other. The Grit and Grace podcast, one of my favorites, Sherry Gregory, Belinda, Julie, Debbie Nelson, Stacy DeGroot, Brenda Kirk, uh, Family, Famli, uh, Karen, Barbara, Steph Nichols, Lynn, Meg R., Bren Whitlock, Mary Weens, Sarah Sheen, Carrie Carter, Elaine Wood, Sarah Phillips. Can I just tell you how grateful I am to each and every one of you who have said, hey, this is important. I want to hear it. I want others to be able to hear it. If you are not one of our coffee supporters and you would like to be, all you have to do is go to kathy.link/coffee. You can support us for any amount. I believe they start at $5 a month. And whether it's $5 a month, I mean, guys, we have some wonderful people here who are doing $25 a month. Whatever you decide to do, can I tell you how grateful we are? We are so grateful for your love and support. Okay, friends, on with the show. Well, hey friends, welcome to Clutter Free Academy, where our goal is to help you take small, doable steps every day to live with less clutter and more life. And guys, we are smack dab in the middle of Low by July, where we are not saying don't buy things. We're just saying, hey, consider what you may already have. What could you go without this month? What could it reflect in your own spending, in your own accumulation? If you are able to take a look at that and maybe dial back a little bit, because if you're listening to this podcast, clutter is a problem for you, and we want to help you make real change. And talking about real change, I am here with the person that I am trying to make real change with. It is Roger Lipp. Hey, Raj.
Hey, good to be here.
So every week on this decluttering journey and our Low by July journey, we have a different emphasis. And this week's emphasis is shop your own house. When we first moved here to the Red House, we had a joke. Go ahead. We haven't even talked about it. Say what it was.
The Red House giveth. It
Yes.
seemed like whatever item we needed, we could find somewhere here in the house. When we bought the house, the previous owners left a good amount of stuff for us, which was very helpful. And things that we didn't know we needed, we found out that we did need, and we just went shopping in the house, and there it was.
Yes. And guys, I think this is such a beautiful illustration, because usually a lot of the stuff that we actually need is already in the house. Now, the beautiful thing is, when we moved in, we were just using this as a retreat house, a vacation house. And so there wasn't a lot of stuff in it. And so we could easily find the things that were left behind. But as our lives took over, it became a little bit more challenging, a little bit more difficult. And so we are really trying to get back to some of those practices. We have tried, I will say, we are lightning years better than we used to be. But man, it can still be a struggle when you have your real life and then you go to try to find something to add to your real life. Or here's the more common thing for me for years is I would go to the store. I don't know. Do we need deodorant? You know what? I should buy some just in case. And then come to find out, no, we never need deodorant again. This is, so we really want to talk about how do you shop your own house. And a couple of places I want to really focus in on are personal care, clothes, and kitchen. Now that's a lot. I understand. I get it. But uh, I really want to talk about those things because I think a lot of times we are saving things for good that we don't need to be. So I want to talk
Yeah.
about personal care first because I think it's the category where people are the most stunned by what they already have. Um, I yeah,
Can we talk about dental floss?
oh my goodness. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Shame us in
Oh
front
no,
of
I didn't want
everybody.
to
Go
talk
for it.
about it. No, we we do seem to go through. We each have particular dental floss things that we use and
Right.
appreciate.
Yes.
And sometimes they overlap and sometimes they don't. But
Yes.
it does seem like we want the dental floss exactly where we want the dental floss. And if
Yes.
it's not there, uh, it is tempting to go
Yeah.
buy more because we don't
Right.
have it where we want it.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's appropriate. And sometimes if we go look at the other places where it exists, um, we can find an excess that we
Yes.
could
Because
use to fund.
I I will say one of us, I'm pointing at you, tends to I don't have the dental floss right where I'm looking at it. Let's put it on the grocery list. And I have to say, okay, hold on. That we may have some. And
Yeah.
we'll go and we'll look and like there are 12 things of it right there. But yeah, I do agree that part of this is one, having a place for all of that, all the backstock. And we do have a place in my closet that is a dental thing where we can throw all of that. But I think there also is value to having it where you would expect it to be or want it to be. Dental floss is an example. One that has come true for me recently is lip balm. I made you pull over and go into Rayleigh's, which is a store here, and buy me lip balm because, and I've never had this before in my life. My lips were hurting so much. If I don't have something on my lips at all time, I'll wake up in the middle of the night. So I need to have lip balm in my nightside table. I need to have it in my purse. I need to have it in each of our cars. I need to have it downstairs so that I know, like, I need to have it in all the places. But I also need to know that I don't need to go buy more. Does that make sense? Like,
It is a real balance because there are
yeah,
things that we need in multiple places
yes,
just for that personal care. And
yeah,
we have to take care of that. And when one runs out in one of those locations, what's the natural instinct? Do you buy
right.
more or do you see if there's excess somewhere else?
Yeah. So I have drawers at the top of my closet that are things like they say teeth. It's a very general category, but that's where the backstock of dental floss should go. Does it sometimes go in our bathroom? Yes. And that's one of the habits I need to break. I need to say, where does the backstock go? And so to gather all that up, the backstock of makeup that I might have. Uh, so duplicates are good to a certain point because I've got my lip balm here right at my desk and I'm very grateful I have that. I go through it quite a bit. But do we I need to make sure that when that runs out I know where it goes. And here's the other thing. I need to have a place for it on my desk cuz if it's just on my desk, but I used to have a business card holder. I don't have business cards anymore, but I keep my lip balms in there. So I always know where they're going to be. I will tell you another thing that is maybe not such a struggle for you, Roger, but it is a struggle for many of our listeners is knowing what I actually use. Now, here's what I mean by that. For many, 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 I'm not even going to say years, decades, I have tried to figure out what's the magic product that is going to work for my curly hair.
Mm.
And you just said the other day, what did
I
you tell me
did.
the other day?
Yeah, uh, that we straight-haired men have no idea what you curly-haired girls go through. it's
It is, yeah.
it's a
I
real struggle.
My friend had a book. It was called God's Mercies and My Hair New Every Morning. And I have been on the chase, and like when a hair product has worked one time, it hasn't worked the next time, blah blah blah. One of the things I did that was an investment at first, but has radically cut down on my adventure buying, was I went and saw a curly haired specialist in Sacramento, and actually in Citrus Heights, which is a suburb. And she says, here are the 4 products you're going to use. You're not going to use anything else. God be with you. I think it's actually 5 products. But I will tell you, I've gotten rid of most of the rest of my hair products because it's like, okay, these are not cheap hair products, but I'm not buying a bunch of nonsense to go in with it over and over and over again. It's made a real difference for me. So if you're one of those people who doesn't know where your stuff is and that's why you're rebuying it, you need to establish a home base.
Mm.
Where does the the backstock of dental floss go? Where does my coffee flavoring go? Where do I have my backup pens? For the pens I'm not using right now. Because here's the thing, we end up with duplicates for a lot of different reasons. Because one, we forgot we have it. It was on sale, or we were just, here's another girl thing. We were saving it for good. I'm only going to use that. I don't even know how you say it. I think it's spelled Ouai. It's a very fancy hair product that I would only save for like if the queen was coming. So this is what I want you guys to think about this week as we are doing Low by July, because the goal is maybe you don't buy any hair products this whole month. You're not buying the makeup that you might normally buy. What I want you to do is gather it and see it all in one place and then actually use it. This could also be for tools, right? I
I
don't
was
mean to give
just
you a
thinking that. Yeah.
typical man product, but you're in charge of the tools at our house. So what would this look like for tools, Roger?
Well, which tools need access on that kind of front shelf area? We
Mm-hmm.
use these all the time. So if you're looking for a screwdriver, that should have a very specific home or set of homes. Again, depending on whether you need it in multiple places. So I view that as kind of the front shelf versus kind of the backstock area. We recently had a problem with our air compressor. We needed
Yeah.
to blow up a tire because we had a flat, and I'm looking for the air compressor and I can't find it. We think maybe it went home with some construction folks who maybe thought it was theirs. Um,
Yeah.
but that's the sort of thing that, we don't need that every day. So let's not store that front and center. That can be in the tool shed somewhere that isn't quite so accessible. But I think it's
Yeah.
that access
Yes,
mentality. Yeah.
absolutely. And being able to say, hey, this is where that goes. Because
Yeah.
I don't think I would know where the air compressor goes, but maybe that's something that I should know. Maybe that's just something I
You
should
know,
know.
one of the tricks that you and I play with each other on this is if we have something in our hand that we need to put away,
Mm-hmm.
the question we ask is, "Hey, where would you find this? Quick,
Yes.
where's the
Where would
air
you go to
compressor?"
look for it?
Right,
Yes.
and that's where you want to
Yes.
put it.
Right. And so I think there are 2 locations for a lot of things. There's the Yes, I need my lip balm on my desk because I use this at least once an hour. So there it needs to go. But where, if I was out of lip balm, where would that go? The air compressor, we only have one. Well, now maybe we have two because we had to buy something because we've got a flat tire on the truck. But where would it go? So maybe there needs to be a shelf for the auto stuff or and guys, I don't know, before we never had to have a shelf for the auto stuff because the auto shelf was down at Jiffy Lube or wherever we would, yeah, but
Yeah.
here you have to have more of that. And there's some of you, you're married to car guys or maybe you're the car girl. We need to know that. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about how do you actually sort all this out. So stick with us. Friends, are you part of the Clutter Free Academy free Facebook group? If you're not, all you have to do, search for Clutter Free Academy on Facebook. You're going to answer a couple of questions to come in, and we want you to join us because we are starting to do some live coachings in there. We have lots of great tips and tricks. We're going to take these podcasts and go a little bit deeper. It's the place to hang out. So again, just go to Facebook, search for Clutter Free Academy, ask to join, and we'll meet you there. Okay, so what do we actually do? Okay, so you're going to gather. Let's take one thing, like let's go into your bathroom, go under the sink, travel bags, the gym bag, the drawer of hotel samples, gather everything together. And then you're going to sort it into obvious buckets. Maybe there's skincare, hair, makeup, fragrance, body, just in case. And then I want you to really sit in this. This is not about you being bad with money. It's about being a busy human being. You probably have some backups of backups. You have some expired sunscreen, 6 half used shampoos because you're looking for the right thing. And then I want you to do some light triage. So you're going to check expiration dates, toss what's truly expired, and corral the rest where you can see what you actually have. And then I want you to think about how long have you been holding on to some of that fancy stuff? The good lotion. Here's the problem. The older the good lotion is, the less good it becomes. That special perfume. I'm really trying to wear perfume on a more regular basis. The lipstick you're saving. Today is the special occasion. Start wearing it, guys. If it makes you feel good, it's worth wearing every day. Um, are you doing that with some of the things in your household or food? I've been known to save food for good that then expires. Right now downstairs, we have a loaf of sourdough that we just bought at a fancy sourdough place that wasn't in my food plan. We've got to use it today, and I want to use it today. So we're going to be having some banging grilled cheese and salad today because yes, I'm very excited. Um,
And corn on the
so
cob because we cooked up 10
oh,
ears last night.
okay, it was 10 ears of corn for $1, not $1 each. They were 10 cents each. So yeah, we're gonna do some elote salad. But we're not saving it for good. We're going to do it. Um, a lot of us grew up with scarcity thinking. We don't want to mess things up, or, it's a Tuesday. Why would I eat the good sourdough? Well, because Friday it's not going to be good. Um, Waiting till there's a worthier version of ourselves so that we can have that. Um, the good stuff was given to us or bought for us to enjoy it, not to guard it. You're worth it today, friends, not someday. So I think about this with food, clothes. I wore a fancy shirt today. Guys, it's just a podcast day. Why would I wear the fancy shirt? Well, because I love the shirt. I love this shirt. So I'm wearing the fancy shirt today. I often will bully Roger into wearing his good Disney shirts because let's just say he's a collector. He is a collector. He has a couple of shirts that he only wears maybe once a year. because
I wear them
they're
at the park.
vintage. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're vintage. And he wants to save them for good. And that's okay. You just don't want to save things. You know, I was talking to somebody yesterday. They went, they remembered a story about one of uh, our podcast, no, our membership people who was saving a sweater for good, and they pulled the sweater out of the tissue and it literally fell apart on them
Oh.
because, you know, some little beasties got to it. It's heartbreaking. I want you to wear things out. I don't mean just out to dinner. I want you to wear them so that the elbows are worn out and the collars are worn out, because it means you have loved it well. Um, you know, so I'm thinking, you know, like I said, the curly specialist, do you need to see somebody to help you figure the thing out so you stop buying all the hope in a bottle? Do you need to see a stylist so you stop buying clothes that you realize aren't really good? Um, Roger, when it comes to using things up or finding things in the house, what would be your best tip for our listeners here that we've learned since living at the Red House?
Have a plan, I think
Yeah.
is the big one. You know, I think
Yeah.
about consumables of some kind, especially in the food area. Knowing what you're going to do with these things that have such a short shelf life, and being intentional with it, that feels right. And I feel like that applies to a lesser extent in so many different areas.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just food, but how are we really planning on using this thing we just bought, and getting our value out of it?
Yeah. And I want to come back to something you said earlier. You know, the quiz of where would I look for this?
Yeah, right.
It's so important that no one person has all the mental load of where things are.
Mm.
That if you are a consumer of deodorant, which I hope all of our listeners are, and I hope your husbands are, and I hope your kids are, that they know where to go find that backup deodorant. They know where the body wash is. So having a little quiz about it, you know, this makes me want to pop up and go put all the dental floss in the thing above on my closet so that we all
Milk
know.
is a special instance of that rule, though.
Oh my goodness, guys.
You have to be the keeper of that knowledge, apparently.
I promise I will. I promise I will. I'll make sure. Yeah, there's a blind spot for the men in my lives. And, you know, and we're not talking about designed incompetence. There's just something that they can't see. But here's the thing. Roger's working on changing the tire on our truck. So I will be the keeper of the milk knowledge if you change the tire on the truck. Deal?
I am now the keeper of where the jack is on the truck.
I love it. Okay, friends. We're going to be talking about Low by July all month and can I tell you, Low by July is my favorite reset of the year because it just shows me what I already have. And I want that for you as well. Friends, you've been listening to Clutter Free Academy. I'm Kathi Lipp. Now, go create the clutter free life you've always wanted to live.